custody agreement said we'd split holidays 50-50. It didn't say anything about what happens when your ex tells your daughter that her stepmom is going to replace her. I'm Marcus. 3 years ago, I married Priya, and my 10-year-old daughter, Ellie, took to her instantly. Not forced, not coached, genuine. My ex, Renee, never forgave that. Every school event became a battlefield. Every phone call ended with her accusing me of buying Ellie's love with a new family. 2 weeks ago, Renee sent a text that made my stomach drop. If Priya shows up to Ellie's recital, I'll make sure Ellie never wants to see her again. Priya had been helping Ellie rehearse her violin piece for a month. The night before, Ellie climbed into Priya's lap and said, "You have to be in the front row. If you're not there, I'll mess up the hard part." Priya promised. I sat Ellie down the next morning and told her Priya couldn't come. I said it would upset her mom too much and we didn't want anyone upset on such a big day. Ellie's face crumpled, but she promised. She never breaks promises. I didn't have an answer for that. Priya overheard from the hallway. She came in, knelt down, and said, "What if we do our own private concert tonight? Just us. You can play it twice. Once for practice, once for real." Ellie lit up like nothing had happened. That night, Priya recorded her on her phone, clapped so hard her hands turned red, and told her she'd never heard anything more beautiful in her life. It should have ended there. It didn't. Ellie mentioned the private concert to her mom on their next call, and Renee exploded. She accused us of trying to steal the recital from her, of turning a school event into a competition. She told Ellie's teacher that Priya was unstable and shouldn't be allowed near the classroom. 2 other moms started giving Priya odd looks at pickup. One actually asked her in front of Ellie if it was true she'd tried to get sole custody behind Renee's back. It wasn't true. It was never true. Then came the night that broke something open. Ellie was doing homework at our kitchen table when she suddenly asked Priya very quietly, "Are you going to have your own kid and stop wanting me?" Priya put her pen down slowly. "Where did that come from, sweetheart?" Ellie's eyes filled. "Mom said once you have a real family, you won't need me anymore. She said I should stop calling you anything but Priya because it's embarrassing when I'm not really yours." Priya didn't cry in front of her. She waited until Ellie went to bed, and then she cried in our bathroom with the fan running so I wouldn't hear. I heard anyway. That was the night we decided Priya was going to the recital no matter what Renee threatened. She walked in the following Thursday and sat in the second row because Renee had already taken the front. Ellie spotted her from backstage and waved so hard she nearly dropped her bow. When Renee saw where Ellie was looking, she stood up in the middle of the auditorium and hissed, loud enough for 3 rows to hear, "You are not her mother. Sit down or leave." Ellie, still holding her violin, froze at the edge of the stage. Then she said something that silenced the whole room. "Mom, why did you tell me she'd leave me when you have another kid? You don't even have another kid. Why did you make me say I hated her when I don't?" Renee's face went white, then red. She's confused. She doesn't know what she's saying. "You told me if I didn't say it, I wouldn't get to see you at Christmas," Ellie said, voice shaking. "I don't want to lie anymore. I don't want to be scared of Priya. I love her." Renee lunged toward the stage steps and a teacher had to physically block her. She was still shouting when security walked her out. Something about how Ellie was hers, how none of us understood what we'd taken from her. Ellie played her piece an hour later with her hands trembling, and she didn't mess up a single note. Priya cried through the whole thing. The custody hearing was 5 months later. Renee's texts, the teacher's statements, 3 parents willing to testify about what they'd witnessed. It added up to more than any of us expected. The judge didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. He said Renee had used a 10-year-old as a weapon against her own peace of mind, and that pattern doesn't stop on its own. He granted me primary custody, and in a separate ruling 6 weeks after that, he approved something we hadn't even asked for outright, visitation rights for Priya, written into the order. So no one could ever again tell Ellie that the woman who showed up for her wasn't allowed to. Ellie still has that recording from the private concert saved on Priya's phone. She asks to watch it sometimes, just to hear herself laughing at the end, right before Priya says on tape, "I'm so proud of you I could burst."